And so now I've got my presentation ready. Does that make sense so far?
Sure, I just have to, I have very little experience with this Google system, so I just got to sit down and do a tutorial or something.
Yeah, you'll get the hang of it. It's not too hard. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. So hi, Claudia. It's good to see you. How was your weekend?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
I've got Lance here who is training to become a teacher with me. So he is here to observe the class today, okay? He's just going to be hanging out and watching.
Okay.
All right, Claudia, today we're on lesson number 6. We're going to review our comparative and superlative adjectives that we were learning last week. We'll talk about the question, what is he like or what she like? We'll continue reviewing the past tense of the verb be. And I've got a culture tip about age, talking about age in the United States. Claudia, do you have any questions from lesson number 5 from last week?
No.
No questions? Okay.
No questions.
All right. Well, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Can you fill this chart out for me, Claudia? So we've got old. What would be the comparative adjective?
Older.
Good.
And
now the superlative.
others.
The oldest.
Oldest.
Yeah, so the comparative is ER, the superlative is EST.
Yes.
So what's the adjective that goes with younger?
Young.
And then the superlative?
The youngest.
Very good. Keep going.
Cheap, cheaper, the cheapest. Fast, faster, the fastest. Slow, slower, the slowest. Thinner, the thinnest. Tall, taller, the tall.
Sorry, so this one, that's a good one for you. There's nothing filled out here. Okay, so we're with smart. That makes it a little harder.
Smarter, the smartest.
Good.
Tallest.
Taller.
Taller, the tallest. Shorter, the shortest.
Good. All right, Claudia, who is older, your mom or dad?
My dad is older.
Who is the oldest person in your family?
My dad is the oldest person in my family.
Give me an example of something that is cheap.
I don't know, bottled water.
A bottle of water is cheap, okay. What is cheaper than a bottle of water?
I think one candy.
A piece of candy, okay, good. Who is the fastest athlete?
Who is the fastest athlete? In my family, in the TV, and
the fastest athlete, so a professional athlete.
Professional. I don't know.
No, you don't know any fast athletes?
No.
No.
I know the Mexican lady, but I forget the name.
Okay. What about like a soccer player that you know, or I know you like basketball?
Yeah.
You can't think of anybody? Okay. Do you want to be thinner than you are now?
Rafael?
No, you, Claudia.
No.
Rafael.
Thales.
Rafael is not here.
Thales. You?
Oh, sorry. You're on number 5. I skipped number 5. I was on number 6. I asked you
Okay.
number 6. Okay, number 5,
Oh,
Claudia. Who is the tallest person in your English class?
my teacher is the tallest person in my English class.
Okay, number 6. Do you want to be thinner than you are now?
Yes, I want to be thinner.
Who doesn't want to be thinner than they are right now, right? Claudia, number 7. When you were younger, what was your favorite activity?
My favorite activity, I play basketball. Play basketball.
It was playing basketball.
Okay, it was play basketball. Okay.
Are you shorter than most people in your family?
Yes. I'm shorter than my daughter, my son, and my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Claudia, which is faster, going downtown in a car or on the train?
I think in the car.
You think the car? Really?
Yeah.
I always try and take the train when I go downtown. I think the train is faster. Who is smarter, Trump or Peña Nieto?
I think Trump.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of these longer comparatives and superlatives. So starting with famous, would we go into comparative? How would you make that a comparative adjective?
More famous.
And then a superlative?
The most famous. Handsome. More handsome and the most handsome. Interesting. More is interesting. The most interesting. Beautiful. More beautiful. The most beautiful. Expensive. More expensive. The most expensive. Difficult. More difficult. The most difficult. Important. More important is the most important.
Good. All right. Can you try and ask me a few questions with some of these?
Yeah. You know who is who is famous? An actor or actress?
Denzel Washington is a famous actor.
Okay. More famous?
Who is more famous than Denzel Washington? Wow, that's a hard one because Denzel Washington is extremely famous. Maybe Brad Pitt is more famous than Denzel Washington.
Okay. What is difficult? You teach in the English class?
I don't fully understand your question.
No.
Can you try that again?
What is more difficult for you to teach English class?
Well, if you say more difficult, you have to give me something to compare it to, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you could say something like, what is more difficult, teaching English or teaching Spanish, right? Because I teach both languages.
Okay. What is more difficult, teach English or teach Spanish for you?
Teaching English is more difficult. English is a hard language.
Yeah.
English is harder than Spanish, I think.
What is important to teach English for you?
What is important about teaching English? Helping my students learn the language so that they can communicate with people here in the United States is very important to me. Okay, good, Claudia.
Okay.
All right, so now we've got our irregulars, right? So how do we say something is, what's the comparative for good?
Bad?
Nope.
No, it's
That's the opposite of good.
better.
Better. Good, better.
I forget the other. And
the best.
The best, yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to ever apologize, Claudia. You're here to learn. You can't apologize for learning, okay?
Okay.
All right, what's the adjective for worse?
Bad.
Bad, good. And then we have worse.
Worse.
I know these are a little tricky. The worst. The worst.
Okay.
In your opinion, Claudia, who is the best singer in the world?
For me, I think is the best singer is Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez, okay. Who is the worst singer?
No, I don't know.
You can't think of anybody that's a bad singer, Claudia? Excuse me. Okay, where is the best place to be, Claudia?
What is the best place to be? The best place, Miami.
Miami is the best. That's a pretty good place, yeah. Where is the worst place to be?
I think is I don't know.
You can't think of a bad place? There's lots of bad places I can think of.
Yeah.
What,
yeah, but I don't know.
What about jail?
Jail?
I would say jail is probably the worst place, or maybe the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. What's she like? So remember this question, Claudia. I'm not asking, there's a difference between what does she like and what is she like?
What is she like?
When I ask the question, what is she like? I'm looking for a description,
Okay.
right? So Claudia, what is she like?
She likes attractive.
You don't answer with like.
Okay.
She is.
She is.
Yeah,
okay.
She is attractive.
She's attractive.
Yeah, don't get confused by the word like in this. We're looking for a comparison here when in this situation. Like can mean two things. It can mean como or it can mean gustar, right? In this situation, we're using it like in Spanish, como. Como es ella?
Oh.
What is she like? What is he like?
He's unattractive.
What are they like?
They are friendly.
And what are they like?
They are unfriendly.
What are they like?
They are interesting.
What are they like?
They are boring.
Okay. Claudia, can you read this to me? So let me ask you the question first. What is Angelina Jolie like?
Angelina is a famous actress and model. She is very attractive. She is fun, honest, intelligent, generous, and divining talent. She gives back too. She dedicates a lot of her time as a volunteer to help people in poverty.
Very good. What is George Clooney like?
George is an actor and producer that star in many action movies. He is a natural looking movie a star because he has gray hair and does not dye nor use makeup. Unlike many in the industry, he has big brown eyes that stun people when they meet him.
Good. What is Reese Witherspoon like?
She likes makeup and she loves wearing new clothes and fancy accessories. She is a true Southern
Belle.
Southern Belle, raised in Nashville, Tennessee.
Very good.
With her regally blonde hair and spider.
Sapphire?
Can you repeat?
Sapphire.
Sapphire. Blue eyes. This mother of three is a totally modern girl and very sophisticated.
Good. What is Matthew McConaughey like?
Matthew is admittedly pretty vain. He makes his own face and body creams in order to maintain his youthful looks. He is a true metrosexual. He works out a lot and adds tea tree oil to his curly blonde hair to give it texture.
Very good, Claudia. So now, in your own words, Claudia, what is Catherine Zeta-Jones like?
She's a pretty woman. She's an actress. And she's famous. Then that's it.
Okay, very good. What is Mel Gibson like?
He's an actor and he's famous and he's handsome too.
What is Julia Roberts like?
She's an actress. She's pretty and she's famous.
Very good. What is Denzel Washington like?
He's an actor too. He's famous. That's it.
So remember, you can give physical descriptions like his hair, his eyes.
Okay. He has black hair, short and black hair. I think it's curly too. He has brown eyes, big and brown eyes.
Very good. So a little culture, we've talked about this in the past, but just a reminder, in the United States, it's considered impolite or rude to ask someone their age. And I think this is especially true when we're talking about women, elderly people, but it is sometimes acceptable when you're talking with your friends, right? If it kind of depends the level of closeness to somebody. However, typically I would advise to stay away from asking people how old they are here in the United States. Okay. Claudia, do you prefer domestic or foreign cars and why?
I prefer domestic cars because it's more comfortable for my daughter.
Because they are more comfortable?
They are more comfortable.
Okay, good. Is that the only reason? Just the comfort?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Why did you buy your current cell phone?
Current? What is current?
Current is actual, the phone that you have now, your current phone.
because they are more.
Here you would say it is.
Okay.
Because you're talking about your phone. It's one phone.
Okay. It is more. I think he has more new applications, and
it has more applications. Okay, apps. We typically just call them apps.
Okay,
More apps. Good. Who is the best athlete in the world?
I don't know his name.
In your opinion, these are just examples, okay? This is real life conversation for you, Claudia.
Okay. The best athletic in the world. Oh, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Oh, I love Michael Jordan. Great athlete. Yeah. This guy is Maradona, who many consider to be the best soccer player in the world. But yeah, Michael Jordan. I love Jordan. Good. Who is the best actor in movies?
In movies. I don't know. For me, it's Mexican actor.
What's his name or her name?
Pedro Infante.
Okay. What about the best actor for TV?
For TV, I don't know.
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Who is the sexiest woman in the world?
I think Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez, yeah. What about the sexiest man alive?
Brad Pitt.
Okay. What is your favorite music?
My favorite music is cumbia.
Cumbia, okay. What is your least favorite music?
Rock.
Rock? Okay.
Yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve? This is a very good expression for you. Pet peeve is something that irritates you or bothers you. What's your biggest pet peeve?
My things to do. No. Or what kind of?
What is something that bothers you, that irritates you? What's your biggest pet peeve? I'll give you an example, Claudia. Something that bothers me is when people leave dirty dishes in the sink.
Oh, okay.
Instead of either cleaning them or putting them in the dishwasher, right? They just put their dirty dishes in the sink and then they walk away. That is a pet peeve of mine.
Okay, for me, I think it's in the dishwasher. No, in the laundry. My daughter put in the the clothes for wash, and she live in la lavadora.
In the washing machine.
In the washing machine, yeah. So
she starts her clothes and then she forgets about it and leaves
the clothes. Yeah, whole day.
Okay, good. Claudia, what is your greatest fear?
I think my greatest fear is snakes.
That's a good one.
The snakes.
All right, let's take a look at the verb be in the past tense. Claudia, can you read through the verb chart here?
I was, he was, she was, it was, you were, we were, they were.
All right, number one.
She was hungry, but she had a meeting to go to. Where did you say you was from?
You does not go with was.
Word. I'm sorry. Where did you say you were from? When was the last time you were in Mexico? She was sure that she got an A on that exam.
An A on that exam.
Where was you last night? No, where were you last night? It was supposed to rain, but it didn't. We want to go to the movies, but it were too expensive. It was too expensive. They were hiking in the mountains when they saw a bear.
Saw a bear.
Saw a bear.
Okay, good. Okay, so in the negative form, remember we just add not after the verb. So it'd be like I was not or you were not. Now, just like in the present tense, in the past tense, we also have a contraction where we can combine the verb with the word not. So it's acceptable to say was not. It's also acceptable to say wasn't.
Okay.
Right? Same thing. Were not or weren't. Both acceptable.
Want?
Weren't.
Want?
Weren't. There's an R in it, Claudia. R. Were not.
Were not. Were not.
Weren't.
Weren't.
There you go. That was perfect.
Weren't.
Weren't. Okay. So read these examples for me, Claudia.
She was happy.
Wasn't.
About
You have to pronounce the N. Wasn't.
Wasn't. She wasn't happy about the ending of the movie. Chris wasn't happy with his wife. We weren't going to live without you. I wasn't planning on going with you to the concert.
Very good. Nice.
Was.
Okay, Claudia. So now fill in the blanks here with the negative form.
I wasn't happy about the extra homework. Mariam and Chase weren't at the party. My mother wasn't at the house. Nancy wasn't at work today. You weren't at the barbecue last Sunday.
Very good. Excellent. All right. So just like in the present tense, Claudia, if we want to make a question, we have to flip the subject and the verb, right? So a positive sentence would be you were at the mall. A question would be, were you at the mall? Remember, this is not a regular verb, so we don't use do or does here, okay? For example, Claudia, to be able to speak in the past tense, you have to be able to ask a question like, was I at the mall last night? You have to be able to say yes. Yes, I was at the mall last night. You also have to be able to say no, I was not at the mall last night, okay?